about of how to focus on overall development. The first one is to teach the children and build a connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Teach them the issue of accountability to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ta'alluq wa taqwa. Ta'alluq ma'allah and taqwa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How do you do that? Through tazkiyah wa tarbiyah. Talk to them about the importance of sunnah, because without the sunnah there is no deen. Without the message and without the example of Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, there is no deen. And then the importance of amal, the importance of action. Second point, in ibadah, ensure that we have the right knowledge, because without right knowledge there is no right guidance. Basic grounding in Islamic studies, covering all aspects, a holistic view of Islamic studies. We need to talk about why in the entire Bani Umayyah, the only Khalifa we can think about is Umar bin Abdul Aziz. We have to think. Holistic teaching. And emphasize openness and flexibility. Teach the skill to disagree without being disagreeable. I was in Medina in the Haram, and one of my Sheikh there told me a beautiful story. He said that one of the students of Imam Malik, a group of his students were going to Jeddah, and in Jeddah there is a Masjid Imam Abu Hanifa. So this Sheikh, he gives the students two pieces of advice. He tells them, when you go there, you must obviously, if you go to some place, you must meet the shuyukh and so forth there. So this is from the adab of the Muslims. So he said, go there and meet the Sheikh in that place. And he said to them that if they ask you to lead salah, because this is one of the ways in which we honor our brothers, that you give them the chance to lead salah or to make khutbah or something. So he said, if they ask you to lead salah, he says, do not make rafa yadayn. Who's saying this? The Maliki scholars. Right? Now when they go there, those people know that these people are coming. So what is the advice that the ustaz, the Hanafi ustaz, gives to his students? He says that when these people come, we honor them because alhamdulillah, these are our brothers from there. And he said they are Shafi'i and Maliki and so on. And he said, you know, when they are praying behind you, if you are leading salah, make rafa yadayn. Ajib. Strange advice, yeah? And the Sheikh tells me, he says, subhanAllah, this was the manners of the Muslims, that the people who make rafa yadayn did not make rafa yadayn, and the people who do not make rafa yadayn made rafa yadayn in order to honor each other. Because subhanAllah, are we the enemies of Imam Abu Hanifa? Are we the enemies of Imam Malik? Are we the enemies of Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal? I was in a country, I will not name, because if I name the countries and so forth, you know who I'm talking about. But I was in a country and I was with a whole group of scholars, the school of theologians there, entire group of scholars, all of them Hanafi, very strong Hanafi scholars. And this question of rafa yadayn came, and I asked them a question. I said, if Imam Shafi'i walks into this room and it is time for salah, what will you say to Imam Shafi'i? Will you say, please lead the salah? Or will you say, Sheikh, you know what, you pray behind me, I'm going to lead the salah. What will you do? And alhamdulillah, by the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, scholars have big hearts. And they said, you know what, we never thought of it like that. I said, but don't you think we should think about it like that? Ikhtilaf, without breaking hearts. Teach the adab of ikhtilaf. Point number 3, demonstrating akhlaq. My brothers and sisters, I've said this again and again and again, and I will say it again and again and again. The issue is dawah is by the winning of hearts. I can tell you this. Today we live in a world, we think it's a strange world. It's not a strange world. Today the world is exactly like what it was in the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the famous quote of Imam Zuhri rahmatullah alayhi, one of the teachers of Imam Malik, Imam Zuhri said that Islam spread the fastest after Fatah Makkah, because for the first time the non-Muslim was able to see the life of a Muslim close up. What was the akhlaq? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is going on the expedition to Hunain for the conquest of Taif, and there are a whole lot of people who have newly converted to Islam with him, among them many of the young leaders of Quraysh. Sayyidina Bilal radiallahu anhu stands up to give adhan, And some of the young leaders, young men of Quraysh and from very high caste families, so they made fun of Sayyidina Bilal. When Sayyidina Bilal radiallahu anhu is saying Allahu Akbar and so on, this man is making fun of Sayyidina Bilal radiallahu anhu. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam hears that. When the adhan is over, he sends somebody, he says, call them. So this group of 5 or 6 young men from Quraysh come and they know they are in serious trouble. And now this is Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam's hukuma. It is his army. He is the general. He just called them. They come, they sit in front of him. He says to them, who was making fun of Bilal? And he knows who it was and they couldn't hide it. So the person in the front, he said, Ya Rasulullah, I was the one. So he said, come close to me. Now this man is he is shivering because he knows that if I come close to him, maybe he will signal to somebody and they will chop off my head or something because I did this thing. And this is now, he's inside the Muslim army. I mean, where is he going to escape from? So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam calls him close. And then Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, shall I teach you how to make the adhan? See the akhlaq of Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He tells him, shall I teach you how to make the adhan? The man says, Ya Rasulullah, you will teach me? Yeah, I'll teach you. He said, subhanallah, yes, Ya Rasulullah, please teach me how to make the adhan. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, repeat after me, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. And the man repeats, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. The man repeats, Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. The man repeats, Hayya ala salah. The man repeats, Hayya ala al-falah. The man repeats, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. The man repeats, La ilaha illallah. The man repeats, and then what does he do? He says, Ya Rasulullah, Bilal is your muazzin in Medina. He says, Ya Rasulullah, make me your muazzin in Makkah. He said, permit me to be your muazzin in Makkah. And brothers and sisters, that man died at the age of 99. And he called the adhan every day. And he said every day, I used to make wudu. I would go into the masjid. I would make tawaf of the Kaaba. And after that, for every salah, I would make tawaf of the Kaaba. And then I would call the adhan. What is the way to change hearts? Not by chopping off heads. Islam does not need a bunch of dead bodies, let me assure you. When was the last time you tried to make a dead body call the kalima? Try it, go to a dead body and say Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Islam does not need dead people. Islam needs alive people. Islam needs the people of this world to be happy. Islam needs the people of this world to say, Alhamdulillah, that you exist because you introduce us to our Creator. Islam will spread by the winning of hearts. Islam never spread by the sword. Islam never spread through the barrel of a gun. Islam never spread by dropping bombs on anybody. Islam never spread by violence. Islam spread by the winning of hearts, and Islam will spread by the winning of hearts.